Welcome to Easy 3 Sport Production. I'm your host, Suttles, and today we're going to be talking about Daniel Jones' expectations for the upcoming season. Let's get it. Daniel Jones, the quarterback for the New York Giants. My guy, Daniel Jones. We got to really temper these expectations and know what we want him to do for the regular season. Now, he's going into his third year. He's going into his second year with Jason Garrett's offense. I'm expecting him to make progress, but I'm not expecting him to make that Josh Allen type leap, and I'll explain in a few. Now, with Daniel Jones, we have a guy that has all the tools. He's able to make every throw. He's very mobile. He has pinpoint accuracy. He's great down the field. He does many things great, but he has to put those tools together because he does make some terrible, terrible decisions. And the way that his career has been so far was an anomaly to exactly what the preseason Patriots game was like. He is decent going down the field. He gets really good, and then he makes a dumb mistake turning the ball over. And then we're like, why do we have this guy? But then he comes back the very next possession and throws a pinpoint ball to Caden Smith for a touchdown. And we're like, we see the tools. Everyone sees it. And the problem is that he's not consistent enough for the fans to get aboard. But hopefully this season he can take these progressions and really temper and really calm down the fans so that we can really get on his side. So the first thing that I really want to see DJ do is improve on his pocket presence. His pocket presence is at a 0 if it was on Madden, because at the end of the day, he doesn't pay attention to any kind of pressure. It just feels like the clock in his head doesn't really go off to tell him that he has to make some type of move in the pocket. Either he has to move out the pocket, either he has to throw the ball away, but his pocket presence just isn't there. He doesn't have that trigger like Eli Manning used to have, like, oh, after 2.5 seconds he's going down, or he's throwing the ball away because he knows something is coming. Now, Andrew Thomas is going to play a big part in that because he's protecting his blind side, but as we've seen in the preseason, the offensive line isn't really looking that great, but that can just be because it was preseason. I'm just going to take that with a grain of salt. But pocket presence is one of the biggest things that I really want to see DJ improve on. Second thing, he needs to improve on his decision making. Sometimes he's able to make plays, and then sometimes he just makes dumb decisions. He needs to trust himself, trust his talent enough to live to the next down. Now, a perfect example of this is Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers leads the league, and he also broke the record last year on throwaway balls. If it's something that he doesn't like, he just simply throws the ball away. It doesn't matter because he trusts in his talent to get it on the next play. And that's what I want to see DJ do. He's going to have to take some sacks. Take the sack. You're going to have to throw some balls away. Throw some balls away. You may even have to check down some things down to Saquon. Check it down. You don't have to get the big, bulky play every single play. One play is not going to win a ball game. The other plays are definitely going to. So he needs to improve on those decisions. When we get down to the red zone, don't force it. If it's second or third down, we have another down. Go ahead, throw the ball away, get to the next play. Opposed to trying to make something happen and ending up throwing an interception. And now that deflates everything. So decision making is one of the other things that he really has to improve on that I'll be looking for this season. Third thing, the turnovers. Everybody talks about it. It's the turnovers. I'm not too worried about the interceptions. The interceptions are momentum killers, but I'm not too worried about those. I'm more worried about his fumbling. Now, he did improve on his fumbling from year 1 to year 2. Now, he had 18 fumbles in his first year, and he only had 9 last year. Now, they will count 11, but 2 of them was one because of the running back, and 2 was Evan Ingram when he did a pitch, but they counted on Daniel Jones. But really, he only had 9, so he cut it down in half. I want to see that number drop to in between the 6 to 8 range, just for the fumbles overall. Now, the interceptions, those majority of his interceptions are bad throws anyway. It seems like he's trying to make a play outside of what's actually designed, and he ends up just throwing it away. And those are the times that he just needs to throw the ball away from the defender, live to the next down, or even just take the sack. I mean, I would be way more happier if it was a second down, it was a 2nd and 7, and he throws the ball away so that we go to 3rd and 7, opposed to him trying to force something, throwing a pick, and momentum begins to swing. So turnovers, he needs to calm down on the turnovers, because if you don't turn the ball over, the defense that we have this season is going to be in the top 5 or definitely the top 10. We can really win a lot of games just by him not turning the ball over. So that's another thing that he just truly has to work on. Now, the fourth thing that I really want to see him work on now, it should naturally just happen, but it's him knowing the playbook. Like last year at the beginning of the season with Jason Garrett's offense, with Jason Garrett's scheme, you seen that he did not know what the playbook was. Like, he didn't know where his outlets was. He didn't know what he was supposed to be looking for. He had Darius Slayton running straight down the field on one side of the field, and he never even looked over there. He didn't know the playbook like the back of his hand. He didn't know what was going on. He didn't know what he was looking for. And that's something that I feel that's naturally just going to happen this season, because this is his second year in the system, and he says that he feels way more comfortable. So I will believe in that, because being in a system multiple years, that just helps out. Now, the reason why he looked so good in his rookie year was because Pat Shurmur ran an offense that was similar to what he did at Duke. Basically, it was a stem off the West Coast offense. So that's why he looked so good and knew what he was looking for. And then with Jason Garrett's offense, he looked totally lost. Now, I want to see him progress, and I want to see him know where the outlets are, what is he supposed to be looking for, to go through his progressions, look at option 1, look at option 2, look at option 3, maybe come back to option 1, and then let the ball go. This is going to be a key in his progression going forward. Now, overall, those are the 4 things that I really want to see Daniel Jones really improve on. Now, when it comes to the expectations, my expectations, I need to see with the eye test that this is the guy. Simple as that. I just need to see with the eye test. I'm not looking for extreme stats. I'm not looking for MVP type numbers. I'm looking for, is this guy going to be a good quarterback for this team, and can he lead us to victory? I don't care if he's going to be an elite quarterback, which I don't believe that he is going to be. I believe that he's going to have the opportunity to get to a top 10 quarterback, and that is something that we definitely need. So, my expectations statistically for him this season, I will be looking for him to have just probably over 4,000 yards passing. He'll hover around the 22 to 26 passing touchdown range. He'll probably run in about 2 or 3 more. And his interceptions, I want to see them in single digits, like in between the 7 to 9 range, and the fumbles, as I said, in between the 6 to 8 range. Now, if he comes up with these stats, which those are not Josh Allen stats, which the national media is trying to say that he needs to take that big leap, that is not that kind of jump, because this is Jason Garrett's offense, which I'm not seeing him really change anything. He may throw a little wrinkles in there, but it's still going to be a predominantly rushing offense. It's going to be chewing the clock up, and we're going to let the defense eat. So his statistics is not going to be crazy, but those are the statistics that I'm expecting this season. And if he does those, Giants will be in the playoffs, and then we'll see what's going on in the playoffs at that time. Now, if you made it this far into the video, you can just go on ahead, click that sub button, hit that likes up for me, and I'll be seeing you in the next video. I'm out.